Perspective, a program that brings to you a variety of information from a wide spectrum of concepts and ideas.
My name is Vincent and you're watching The Perspective, a program that brings to you a variety of information from a wide spectrum of concepts and ideas. Today we are back with another video and we are back with another session on The Perspective that has to do with the topic that we have been discussing for the past 1 week in the area of funding for small and medium scale enterprises, micro, small and medium scale enterprises and opportunities in Africa. So like I said last week, we're dedicating the next 4 weeks, last week, this week, and 2 weeks after now, to the discussion on access to to loans and also to grants for small and medium scale businesses. So today I have 2 examples for us. One is coming out of Nigeria and in partnership with the United Bank for Africa, which is UBA, and also the other one is coming out of West Africa as well, from Liberia, which is the Youth Entrepreneurship Investment Bank that was developed and put in place by the African Development Bank. But before I go into the meat of today's meeting, of today's session, I want to quickly use like 2 minutes to explain to us what development finance is, because a lot of people are suffering in their business because they do not have information, and this is what we are here to do in The Perspective, to bring you knowledge, to bring you information from a wide spectrum of concepts and from a various plethora of ideas. Now, development finance is the aspect of the financial institutions or financial industry that has to do with the injection of money and putting in of monies into businesses or into endeavors that have to do with the development of an environment. For example, what we are going to be talking about today is an example of a development finance. So a lot of people have small businesses, a lot of people know a person or two, or one woman in your neighborhood, or someone in your place of worship, or someone that you're connected to that is struggling with business because they do not have capital. They have an idea and they want to pursue this idea in order to be able to make ends meet, but do not have access to capital. So development finances are here to take care of that problem. So what development finances does is that monies are being earmarked by development institutions, one of which I am very happy and proud of is the African Development Bank. That, like, I call myself the mouthpiece of the African Development Bank. What they do is that they put in some particular amount of money, a very huge amount of money, that they give as loans and grants to different organizations, and this is what we're going to be talking about today. So number one, we are going to talk about 2 approvals, like I said at the beginning of the video, that was done in 2023 by the African Development Bank. First, we have a sum of $175 million that has been approved by the African Development Bank for the United Bank for Africa, UBA. So like I'm talking to you now, this instrument, this money is out there in UBA. $175 million has been earmarked by the African Development Bank and given to UBA. Say, this is what we want you to use this money for. Look out for people who have business ideas. Look out for people who have need for financing in order to be able to push their businesses. Give them this money, let them do business with it, and then let them give you back your money at a particular interest. So, and this $175 million development finance was done in collaboration with the Affirmative Finance Action for Women in Africa, AFAWA. So this money is particularly earmarked by the African Development Bank to help people, especially the women who are into micro and small and medium scale businesses. I want to quickly use this to give an example of a friend of mine back in 2021, I lost a friend of mine who died due to one or two sickness that he protracted. Now his wife called me and told me, I lost my husband, your friend is dead, but I just need 50,000 naira to start a business. I said, what kind of business do you want to do? She said she wants to sell bread and she wants to sell egg. She wants to just go to maybe a poultry and buy like maybe 5 crates of egg, and also go to a bakery and buy bread and just put it somewhere. And that's what we call micro businesses. Some of these businesses start with even a less than $100. So that woman was looking for less than $100 in order to be able to start business, to be able to take care of her family. Now this is what we are here for. We are here in the perspective to bring information to people that if you have a viable business plan, you can have, and you have a very strong business ethic, you have a very good business track record, you can have access to financing in Africa. So this fund is going to be expanded in the next 7 years. So they are looking at between 2023 to 2030, $175 million is going to be allocated by the United Bank for Africa, which is UBA, to different women who want to go into business. So like I said, we are here also to partner with you and also to guide you on all the requirements that it takes in order for a business to be able to access funds from financial institutions. So this is what we're going to be talking about next week. We are going to talk about the requirement. What are the things that financial institutions are looking for in a business in order to be able to say this business is something that we can be able to give our liquidity to. This is something that we can be able to, this business is going to be profitable. There are things that businesses are looking at, that financial institutions are looking at before they can be able to part with their monies. So this $175 million business is for basically financing of women. So like I was saying, the example, my friend, I was able to give some money, and what she did was she bought an umbrella, the big umbrella, and put somewhere, and bought bread and bought egg in order to be able to sell, make ends meet, just make a little stipend on the retail that she's doing in order to be able to take care of herself and her family. So this is just one example of so many things that can be done when finances are available. Magic can happen. Now secondly, like I said, we are going to also look at another development finance that has been earmarked for the country of Liberia. Liberia is one of the countries in West Africa with a over 43% youth population. Over 43% youth population, and out of this 43% youth population, we have more than 97% unemployment rate. So if we have 100 youths in Liberia, almost 90% of those youths do not have a viable business to do not have a viable employment. So this is a big opportunity as much as it is a big threat. So the Africa Development Bank looked at what can we do for the youth in Liberia, and they came up with a bank. They set up a bank that is targeted at the development of entrepreneurship among the youth, and they call it the Youth Entrepreneurship Investment Bank of West Africa. Monies that have been released to them is $16 million. $16 million in raw currency and cash has been given to this institution, and say use this to help the youth in order to be able to do business. And this business is in the area of agriculture. Like I said last week, if you watched last week's video, I emphasized on agriculture a lot. Agricultural business is the way that Africa will be able to move forward. So if you are in Liberia and you're watching this video, I want you to know that there is a bank that has been set up for you to be able to have access. Are you into agriculture? Are you planting cocoa? Are you planting cotton? Are you planting corn? Are you planting maize? Whatever it is you are planting, and you need funds in order to be able to have access to equipment, access to fertilizer, access to disease resistant seeds in order to be able to maximize your yield. There is help for you. Don't stay alone. Don't be there alone and be thinking, oh, I'm trying to build this business but I don't have access to help. Go to the website of the African Development Bank. Look for the section where, or you can send me an email. I'm going to drop my email at the end of this video at the link in the description, and we are going to look at your particular situation and see what do you need. Do you need technical assistance? Do you need for us to help you build the competency of your business, or is your business even matured enough to be able to have access to loans and funds? So just like I said, this $16 million that have been earmarked for the Africa Entrepreneurship Bank is targeting 30,000 youths for the next 5 years. So 30,000 youths are being targeted for the next 5 years. And lastly, like I said, next week we are going to be looking at what are the things that financial institutions are looking for, or what are the matrices that you have to, what are the boxes that you have to check before financial institutions will be able to want to do business with you. Thank you very much for being with me on The Perspective. See you next week. Bye.